Welcome everybody to World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name is Maxwell and today's first replay is from the user Dark T90. That is Dark T90 and he's driving the T49 on a standard battle on Severagos. T49 is at the moment a tier 5 turreted tank destroyer for the Americans. It's soon to be changed up to be a light tank, and this one is going to be renamed to, I think it's the T67, but I'm fairly certain someone will be able to correct me in the comment section if I am wrong. So T49 is a fairly good tank destroyer, especially for its tier. It's got great speed and maneuverability, its turret traverses are great, and its agility is a little bit poor, as in its turning circle, but as you can see, its cannon is pretty damn good. Not fantastic alpha damage, but has good penetration and very good rate of fire at just under 3 seconds. And as you can see, Dark is the first person on this far right hand flank here. Landed a couple of shots on that Panzer 4H and then decides to fall back a little bit in an effort to try and ambush anybody who pushes through early. Although it looks like there's nobody really here. That Panzer 4H took a couple of hits and then fell back immediately. Didn't push on forwards, and that's as you can see, leading Dark T90 to the conclusion that he probably was alone. If he'd had allies and support with him, and may have just decided to continue pushing onto these rocks, knowing that he had support coming up behind him. But as it is, decided to run the hell away immediately. Dark finds him again. He's making a move over to where Dark used to be. Looks like he's not really paying attention, as he had his gun and turret traversed in the opposite direction. Dark doesn't want to run into an ambush though, so he's playing this one fairly carefully. Heads around the corner, going to see which way his gun's pointed. His gun's pointing in this direction, but looks like the Panzer 4H, I'm not really sure what he's doing. His gun was pointed up into the sky, rather than at the area where Dark would have come around the corner, and he's able just to take him out no problem whatsoever. And he's going to head back to the center of the map, which is looking like that's where the enemy team is pushing most of their armor, through the center and that far left hand flank. Nobody really coming over on this right hand side, so Dark's going to transition across to the center and hopefully get along around behind that KV-1, but he's got to play it carefully. If there's somebody further behind bringing up the rear, lagging behind, then he's going to be in serious trouble. KV-1 gets himself taken out already. Now he's going to go hunting down this T25, who looks like he's concentrating on the Panzer 4H in front of him. So it should just be an easy case of Dark come along behind him and start putting shots into his rear. And this T25's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He can't really drop back and he can't push forwards. As you see, he gets taken out. Dark's got to play it careful though. The T49 has very, very poor armor, just like the next one in the line, which is the Hellcat. So pretty much anything a sneeze could penetrate this tank. Well, with the center dealt with, and the majority of the enemy team on that far left-hand side, Dark's going to go artillery hunting. Looks like the M7 Priest doesn't realise that he's been spotted. Does realise now that he is dead, though. And that is the first of the artillery taken out. Dark going to head on further south. Look for either the Grill or the Sexton 2. And if he can find the Rat's Nest, he may be able to pick himself up Pascucci's medal for taking out all 3 artillery. But it looks like the last 2 are proving to be a little bit elusive. Can't seem to see either. And there's the Grill across the way there. Looks like he isn't paying attention either. Maybe he doesn't have 6th sense on a tier 5. That's not a surprise. Gets one good shot through his side. Gonna see if he's got the Alpha to take him out. Not quite. There's going to be one more shot. The Grill twitching in confusion. Excuse me. You could see the Grill twitching in confusion as he was getting shot there, but just left it way too late to make a run for it. In fact, didn't even try to make a run for it, and that just leaves the Sexton 2 to take out. But it looks like the enemy team is pushing fairly heavily on that left-hand side, so the allies are going to have to be careful, as they are losing this battle. 10 kills to 12 at the moment. Ah, there's the Sexton there, right out in the open. Takes a hit from the Sexton right in the face, but it's nowhere near enough to really take him out. And that's kill number 4, and a well-deserved Pascucci's medal for taking out all 3 artillery. But again, still going to have to be very careful here, as they are currently losing 11 kills to 13, just himself and this T70 left. Enemy team looks like they are pressuring onto the base, trying to play it careful here and advancing slowly, as he knows the Hetzer and the Stug 3G will know that he is coming, as he just taken out that Sexton 2. Hopefully he can catch them unawares, and hopefully they had tunnel vision on the base there. T70 gets himself taken out by the BDR, and that is just 1v4 now. Nobody going for a base capture just yet. Does find the Stug across the way there. Don't think the Stug has spotted him just yet, as he's making a run for it. Lands one great hit, including taking his track out, and that is all she wrote. And that's the Stug 3G gone. And that just leaves the BDR, the Churchill 1, and the Hetzer. The BDR is having an awesome game so far. Going to see if Dark T90 can put an end to this. There's two of them in the cap circle there. Probably that Churchill 1. And BDR finds the BDR. He's just a one-shot, and one shot's all he needs. Kill number 6. Now he's going to focus in on the Hetzer, so it's not the Churchill 1 in the base. Gets called a hacker for being a fantastic player. Takes out the Hetzer, and that's kill number 7. That just leaves this Churchill Mark 1, and this is going to be a little bit of a difficult battle. Not sure how many hit points the Churchill 1 has. Looks like the Churchill 1's only got 100 hit points, actually. So this may not be a difficult one. The Churchill Mark 1 is more than a match for a T49. Also has a fast-firing cannon, but does considerably more alpha damage, depending on which gun he has. It's going to be around this location, though. He's probably making a move for the Allied base. And when he saw his two allies taken out, probably turned around and tried to come for Dark. And here he is. He's down in the ditch there. Dark hasn't got a shot on him at the moment, so getting to the high ground so that he can fire down into the ditch and use the bushes here as cover. Trying not to run a tree down, but he's just got to take his time and take his shot, which he does. Kill number 8. GG and the victory. So absolutely awesome replay there from Dark T90, pushing all the way down the right-hand flank by himself, taking out the only Panzer 4H there, moving on to the centre, then taking out all of the artillery before finally pushing back up this left-hand flank to eliminate the people trying to capture the base and pick up victory solo against 4 enemy tanks for his team. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget to stick around, guys, because as always, there is another game coming right up. And our second replay is from the user Murosuki. That's Murosuki, and he's driving the Tiger 1 on a standard battle on the cliff. Tiger 1 is a tier 7 heavy tank for the Germans. Bit of a beast in World War II, this thing. Saw plenty of action and earned it a fearsome reputation. Unfortunately, in World of Tanks, it was a little bit of a lackluster creature. The frontal armor on it not really being up to snuff when up against other tier 7 and tier 8 vehicles in the game. So it did receive a bit of a buff not long back, mainly to the cannon and to the turret, if I'm not mistaken, which just means that it is able to brawl fantastically well now. As you can see, it has a reload time of just over 5.5 seconds. Trying to have a shot on this A44 there, but the A44 just getting away. And this thing is very accurate over range, meaning that it is able to lay down lots and lots of consistent damage onto a target very, very quickly. So Murosuki heading all the way to the right-hand flank by the looks of it. Going to go and offer some support to his fellow KV-1S. But nope, decides to cut to the right and is probably going to head to the centre instead. As you can see, the majority of the enemy team has been spotted out now, and they are all coming up this direction. So this is going to be a bit of a battle, considering that the Allied team is split pretty much 50-50 between the centre and that left-hand flank there. So this is going to be a bit of a battle. Lands a great shot on the VK3002M. And it's going to continue pushing on to the centre here. Taking the light and medium tank road here. Going to see if he can get something on this A43. Can indeed. Sounds like he got his track somehow. It looks like he's firing up through the bottom of the tank. That one doesn't quite land, which is a little bit unfortunate. Doesn't quite have the gun depression. A43 looks like he fires in anger. Lands a second good hit on the A43, and he's probably going to drop back now. If he doesn't, then he's making a big, big mistake, because he doesn't really want a duel against a Tiger. 3002M backing off as he's getting pressured from the front there by something. He gets taken out as he falls back too far. Now trying to decide whether he wants to come up on the top of the hill or try and get a shot on this A44 if he backs off far enough as well. He's got a few tanks in front of him, so he's got to play this one carefully. Like I said, he doesn't have fantastic armor, but he does have a great cannon. Going to abandon the medium tank road and head straight to the center here. Still trying to have a look to see if he can see this A44. Does get spotted on his approach up the hill. So these guys are going to know that he's coming, but it looks like most of them have abandoned this position now. Allied team doing very well on this flank so far. Aiming his shot on this E25, making a count, but only scores a critical. Doesn't even take his track off. Just turns it yellow. Very, very unfortunate for how well he aimed that shot. Like I said, the Allies are doing very well on this flank so far, considering the majority of the enemy team was here. But it looks like this attack is starting to stall. Takes a shot from the right-hand side by somebody from the base. Not really sure who that'll be from. But just trying to take some of the pressure off from his allies. That KV-1S and that E25. Currently squaring off against that IS. Pops around the corner, see if he can get some eyes on this SU-100. Sixth sense goes off, so he knows the SU-100 got eyes on him. Or at least somebody did. Fight is pretty even at the moment at 8 kills to 9. The KV-1S has been taken out now. Trying to get a shot on the C25. So he makes a run for it, but he just manages to get behind a rock in time. He has been spotted out now, so has to drop back a little bit. Still trying to get a shot on this E25, but it looks like he's done well in hiding himself behind those rocks. Pokes himself out the other side. Got to be careful here because he was getting spotted from this position last time. Not quite able to land anything on that T-34-85, and he has been spotted. Looks like it is the SU-100. Tries to straighten himself up. Does a good job of turning that damage aside there, and he's definitely going to have the reload on the SU-100. And that's kill number 2. That IS did end up taking out both the KV-1S and the E25, so he's got to be aware that he might show up from that left-hand side. Sorry, from that, yeah, from his left-hand side. Does take a little bit of damage from the E25, but the E25's alpha damage isn't phenomenal, so he's just able to take that one on the chin and then continue battling it out. Gonna try and pressure this E25. Looks like he's fallen back to the same hill. Gets one hit from the left, one hit from the right. Takes out the IS, repairs his ammo rack, got hit by the GW Panther, and that's almost all of his hit points gone immediately, just from one momentary lapse in concentration there, getting hit both by the IS and the GW Panther. Game is not going in the Allies' favour at the moment at 10 kills to 12. They've got their artillery, this ARL, and himself squaring off against 5 enemy tanks here. Trying to set himself up in a side-scraping position, which is going to be great, because I think turn the damage aside from the E25 and hopefully take him out. E25 doesn't have great alpha, but he does have rate of fire. He doesn't have anything right now, as Murasuki takes him out. Just having to have a quick look at the name there. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, especially foreign ones. So it looks like the enemy team has 4 tanks remaining, 2 tank destroyers, that medium tank, and the artillery. And they are all in and around the base here. All defending that base. So even though the Allies are losing this battle, it looks like they are going to have to be the ones to come to them. For some reason, the Lorraine 15550 made a daring charge down that left-hand side. Well, daring or foolhardy, I'll leave it up to you to decide. I'd probably call it foolhardy. For some reason, deciding to push all the way down that left-hand flank alone and gets himself taken out by the Panzer Soufflé. Murasuki now going to head to the high ground, going to see if he can get some eyes on somebody. This is a nice position. Not only is he defended by the rocks, but he's also got bushes here. Does get spotted out. Lands one good hit on this SU-100 wide. Actually looks like the SU-100 wide is AFK. Gonna try and get a shot on this GW Panther. Takes out the GW Panther without too much trouble. Looks like the GW Panther was aiming his shot, probably not remembering how quick the Tiger 1 can fire. One more shot on this SU-100Y will be a well-deserved Top Gun medal. Now he's just got to concentrate on this T-34-85 and the Panzer Soufflé. The 34-85 isn't AFK, because we saw him moving earlier, and he has 2 kills. There he is there. Going to try and poke himself out, see which direction he's looking. He's looking the wrong way. Lands 1 good hit on him, drops back a little bit. T-34-85 more concerned with getting himself into cover than returning fire. Sixth Sense didn't go off, so actually did that blind. Sorry, not blind. Did that unspotted. And that just leaves this Panzer Soufflé to take out. ARL V39 only on 30 hit points. Probably going to try and use him as bait to draw out the Panzer Soufflé, and that will allow the Tiger to take him out. He's playing it carefully because he knows he's going to be around here. As soon as Murasuki started assaulting the base, that Panzer Soufflé probably turned around and did a 180 and came down that road. So just having a quick look to see if he's there. Not really seeing him, so he may have actually transitioned to the center. Got to play this one carefully, though. If he gives up the high ground, there's the Panzer Soufflé. He finds him. Can he get his shot before he does? He misses. He bounces, actually, and he takes him out. No problem whatsoever. If he had the large cannon, though, he may have had the alpha damage to take him out. As it was, though, he bounced his shot on the side armor and then got himself eliminated. And that is a monster. 8 kills and almost 3,000 points of damage for Murasuki. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. Don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, send that in to replay@screenreality.com. The link for that is in the description. Just attach the replay file itself or the link to the What Replay website to the email, and I can check that one out for you. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, you found it useful, informative, you learned something, or you just enjoyed it, think about hitting that subscribe button, because there's a lot more World of Tanks content on this channel. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks Replays, and I will catch you guys next time.